Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. So today we're talking about adapting lenses to our cameras, DSLRs, any camera with EF mount lenses, or anything that has Nikon. We're going to adapt. So lenses. Yeah, that's an important thing for a camera. Like they say, you throw the camera body over your shoulder and you hold on to your lenses. But there are certain times when they make cameras that the lenses won't fit on that. You might want to jump over to Sony. You might want to jump to Nikon from Canon, or vice versa, Nikon to Canon. So there's what they call lens adapters. Now, some of these lens adapters are a little more sophisticated than others. The ones I have to show you today are made for the EF mount lens on the Canon, and they will adapt to a Nikon lens. So you can put a Nikon lens on your Canon camera or any kind of camera that requires or has an EF lens mount. So let me show you what I have behind me here. So here's one little adapter. So this adapter actually adapts to an EF mount lens, which is a Canon lens, and then goes right on, goes right on the Canon lens, but it adapts to a Nikon lens. So here's our Nikon lens here. We've got a nice little Nikon lens, and then we've got the back here, which is made for a Nikon. So if you take off this little cover, that isn't going to fit in the Canon or an EF mount. So anything with an EF mount, you're going to want to purchase one of these little adapter rings, and you're going to slide that on here, and they click right on, as you can see here, and then that will go into your EF mount. So if I had a Canon here, I would show you that would mount right onto the Canon lens. There's no special requirements. You just push it on, turn the thing, and it's on there. So there's one way to adapt lenses. Now, you might run into a situation where, I want to use some of the Nikons that I have are smaller than my Canon lenses, and you go outside with some of these, and these are nice little lenses. These are little gems. I mean, these were made back in the 70s. 60s. If you can get lenses like these, I mean, they are well-made glass. These glass is so good. It's so sharp. It's sometimes too sharp. So, I mean, if you go out and look at these glass, now we're all, budgeting for filmmaking. It sometimes just drains your pocketbook. So there are times where you may not want to spend $1,000 on that lens that's going to fit on that new Sony camera or that Nikon camera. And then there's times where you may not need to have that extra, automatic focus and all that good stuff, because as a filmmaker, you know that you're going to most of the time manually focus. So what's the problem with old lenses? If you're going to manually focus all the time anyways, then go with the manual. You can use the automatic autofocus if you get the right adapter ring. But again, some of them work, some of them don't. There's also the Metabones adapters, which will adapt lenses that have all that electrical stuff that report to the camera and things. But again, they are limited on lenses. Sometimes you have to look at the list. So if you go and buy one of these, you can just manually, adjust it. Who wants to buy an expensive lens, try to adapt it, and then can't use the auto, focus feature? So if I were you, keep the money in your pocket, take those trips that you want to take or vacations where you can get those beautiful shots, and just put the money into a vintage lens. Again, they're made rock solid, hard, wonderful glass lenses. These are not, built cheap. These are wonderful. And you can buy them for like $50, $100. Some really nice lenses out there. Just to give you an example, here's another one of my adapters here. This adapter, again, this is a cheaper one. Not sure why. It doesn't have as many parts on it, I guess. I'm not sure. Different manufacturer. Just goes right onto a Nikon and adapts right to an EF lens. So I've got a couple of those. It's really nice to have. This one feels a little more heavier duty than this guy here. I don't know. They're different materials. This is more metal. I would say this is metal too, but it's just, I don't know. It's built differently. I couldn't tell you the difference. This one has more parts. This one doesn't. This one's more expensive. This one was cheaper. So here you go. So here we have our another vintage case. Really nice little vintage case I got. think I got it for like $10. Inside I have another it's a 28 millimeter Nikon lens. Let me take off this adapter. I have another adapter on the end, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But here's this little beautiful little Nikon 28 millimeter lens. And I use this from time to time. Let me get that in focus for you. I use this from time to time to do those wide shots. And I'll tell you what, this thing is tack sharp. And you'll be able to adapt that to an EF lens. This is a step-up ring. This step-up ring is really handy. I have a lot of equipment that have like 77 millimeters. These guys are small, so don't go out and buy, a bunch of step-up rings when you can, or a bunch of rings when you can use step-up rings to advance from a small opening to a larger opening, so you can use your bigger filters like your ND, your adjustable filters. Right now I have just a UV on it, Haze UVs. Whoops, let me pick that up. So sorry about that. So that right now I have the UV haze filter on it, and I don't have to go out and buy another filter for it. But what's really good about this is that you can put the ND or a polarizer that you've bought for your other lenses, and you don't have to go out and buy another polarizer or ND filter to fit the small ring here that you're not going to use very often, once in a while. So use a step-up ring, and you can use those extra filters. Again, it's just a very simple step-up ring. It just screws right onto the end of your lens here. It's just a really nice setup. So again, you'll save a ton of money if you just use step-up rings. You'll save a ton of money using those adapters. Don't go out and buy those new lenses unless you have a lot of money that you can spend, because again, you can go out and buy these beautiful little gems for little or nothing. And some of them do better job than some of those L series lenses out there. I swear to God, these lenses are just really nice, tack sharp lenses. And like I said, sometimes you have to bring down the sharpness because it's just too sharp. And that's, I've noticed on these guys, you will get a lot of moire. So you just have to kind of blend and blur. And so you have to be careful, with the real sharp lenses. But these are wonderful. I mean, you get them in the right environment. Use these guys and they'll give you a beautiful picture. So there we have it. That's pretty much it about adapting lenses. If you guys have any other questions, you can always comment below here. But that's it. And I hope you enjoy my new screen. I have a new intro screen that I kind of created. I was working for hours trying to create an intro screen, and I finally got one that I like here. So hopefully you saw that intro screen in the beginning here, right after my introduction. And now get ready for my last intro, or my exit screen. It's please subscribe now, which I'm going to have to ask you guys, if you want to be involved with the filmmaking a little more, then you might want to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. It'll send you off some notifications. Another thing I'm going to do in the future as I get more subscribers. Now, there's a reason why I don't show my subscriber list, because when I hit a certain amount of subscribers, I'm going to start giving things away. So you guys need to subscribe. So when I have the giveaways, you will be told when those giveaways, you'll be alerted by the little bell. If you hit that bell, you'll get those notifications, and it'll tell you, hey, Lee's got a video coming up. You might want to watch it, because there's going to be times where I'm going to give stuff away. When I feel like the channel's grown enough and I've got some things that I want to go ahead and just hand out, then that's what's going to happen. So subscribe. It's free. I mean, you guys, it's free. If you don't want to watch one of my videos, just delete the email. But you might want to check on the description of the video, because that's where I'm going to have the giveaways. This is going to be for the giveaway. There's going to be some instructions on the giveaway and how to get the prizes. And there should be some pretty good prizes once I build up quite a bit of following here. So I'm just going to try to make it fun and interactive. And again, if you guys see anything that you'd like to see change, or if I can change it, again, I'm in a small little room here, and I wish I had a huge studio, but I don't. I don't have all the fancy lights in the background. But again, I'm just trying to get that information out to you guys, because again, we're all guerrilla filmmakers here trying to save a buck. So stay tuned for my next video, and thanks for watching.